Good morning. So, Soloshot 3. How I have mine set up is I have it on, I already had this tripod, and so I decided to put it on there. And my one of my earliest concerns was security, leaving it on the beach completely unattended and being far out off the coast and not being able to see it, or having the sun in my face, not being able to see it, and just setting it up in a city where there's lots of people, and just it just didn't seem like a wise idea just to leave a camera just sitting on the beach with nobody watching it. And so I wanted to be able to lock it up. And so what I did is I got one of these. It's called a motorcycle lock, and this would go on like the hand grips of a motorcycle, and so that fits on my tripod center column, and it has these little rubber things that allow, thicker or thinner, and I had to trim this a little bit to get mine to fit, but that's essentially it. And that locks onto my tripod center column, and then it has this space here where the brake lever on the motorcycle or the bicycle would go. So that's where I put this padlock, is in that space, and then you have Abus makes this 6 foot. I think it's designed specifically to be a bike chain, and I even think you can get custom lengths, maybe longer. But I went for the 6 foot one, and that is long enough for me to have both these legs extended and the center column to be extended, and that's right about 6 feet off the ground. And then I can chain the end of the chain either to, I have one of these sand auger spikes, so I can use that and the handle and auger this down into the sand or maybe dirt or whatever's there. And then it has this on the end, and I can chain lock with another padlock the chain to the auger. And so it's not like foolproof, but it's a way someone who wants to steal it is going to have to invest quite a bit of time to get this out of the sand and have to carry this and the chain and the whole deal to wherever they're going. And so that's one way. The other thing is, this is long enough. I can wrap this around a log. Sometimes there's big logs on the beach, and I can just wrap it around that and chain it to the log. And so then unless they have a chainsaw or something, they're not going to be able to walk away with that giant log. And then I can also chain it to, there's often like a wooden fence or something like that. I can wrap that around, and that's long enough. And I also have another chain that, just in case it's something big, I want to lock it around, I can do that. Back to the tripod. This part of the base screws directly onto a tripod head mount. And my particular tripod has these, I guess they're called set screws underneath that you screw up. And so when I do screw those set screws up, it further locks the Soloshot onto my tripod, and there's no way to get it off without, you have to cut this off in order to get to these screws to be able to unscrew it. And there's a key that comes with the Soloshot kit that allows you to ratchet the Soloshot mounting circle there onto the tripod, and then so it just makes it really difficult to just casually come up and take this or walk away with it, or someone would have to have the power tools or the right tools, or be really determined to be able to walk away with this or steal it in a hurry. And so that just, for me, it's peace of mind. I can go out and surf for 4-5 hours at the most crowded or deserted beach or whatever my setup is, and not be concerned that my $7,000-$8,000 whatever this whole setup costs is going to just disappear. And so I feel better doing that. And that's So that alleviates my concerns about thievery or having it disappear somehow. Yeah, so that's my security setup. And then the other issue I was having happened a lot once I got the Soloshot figured out and was recording a lot and doing long sessions or multiple sessions, is these tags have a battery that lasts. I mean, I have yet to run the battery down on one of these in a single session or a single day. They have about 4 hours, and then the battery on the base itself, maybe 2 hours, but I think it's quite a bit less than that. So I had the issue where the tag would keep going, but the base kept running out of battery. And so my solution is to take one of these external battery pack chargers, the kind you use for like cell phones and mobile devices. Its capacity is 5,000. So I just used some double-sided tape and stuck it on the side here with the charging ports. And then I have this little 6-inch like right angle USB connector, and I can just plug that in, and then it'll automatically supply power and even charge it when the Soloshot is turned off. And so with that, I haven't run out of that yet. I don't know how long it lasts. Probably half a day, 5-6 hours, something like that. Maybe only 4 hours, but I have yet to run out of battery using a fully charged Soloshot base and this 5,000. And so that's a good setup for me. And so far I've used it maybe 4 times now, and it, as far as I can tell, it doesn't cause any interference with the tracking or the GPS or any of that. So I'm pretty sure that this does not interfere with the Soloshot functionality. And the reason I wanted to tape it onto here and have a small compact and have a wire that stays above this is because sometimes it recalibrates, or if somebody bumps it, or just it's spinning around, and I didn't want the cord to get all wrapped up and tangled up, and so I wanted it to be all one piece like that. Yeah, and so at some point I had built a like a wooden wind block and rain block, kind of like a birdhouse, as we nicknamed it, and put that around and attach that to another tripod, and that might have been causing interference. I don't know. When I was having problems trying to get the Soloshot or figuring out how it works and how to avoid interference and have complete success, I eliminated everything that might be causing interference, and so I haven't revisited the wood wind block, or the birdhouse as I call it. And so what I did as a solution for like foggy days or rainy days, or if it's on shore, the Soloshot makes this, I'm not sure what they call it, a rain hood or something, but it fits over and it even encases my external battery. Yeah, it just goes on there like that, and it doesn't get caught up on my tripod lock. When it spins around, it moves freely and everything fits in there. And I have tried it in the rain. It was showers, so on and off, kind of pouring, but it was a good rain, and everything still works and stayed dry. There, a little bit of water on the lens, but that was easily dried off, and that was it. And yeah, so that's it. And I've done it on foggy days too, when it really drizzling and essentially the same amount of moisture as rain, and it worked great then too. So that's when I do that, or just if it's howling wind and there's sand blowing and all that, I don't want to get caught in the motors or the pivot arms or anything, and so that's what I do for rain and wind and such. And so yeah, it works. The tags, like I know I've seen some folks complain that the Velcro doesn't hold, or it doesn't stay snug, and I wear it above my bicep, and I have had issues where it comes down in like bigger surf or in a wipeout, it will slide down my arm. So yeah, I mean, usually I have a paddle in my hand or I'm holding on to something, and so there's no issue of it coming completely off my arm and falling into the ocean and disappearing. But yeah, I could see how that would be an issue. I'm not really sure um, what to do there. You could incorporate it into a leash or into a like a wetsuit or a vest or something, or if you have a waist leash, um, put it on there. But other than that, yeah, it's one of those things. I just check it a lot, and if it's like if I'm going out on a bigger day, I'll wear it tighter than normal so that try to keep it from falling down. But yeah, so far haven't had any issues with losing it. I have had it slide down a couple times, and so I'm just a little more careful now, and I check it and I tighten it up if I think I'm gonna take a set on the head or something. But for the most part, yeah, it's pretty. I think it's totally workable. I like it. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps.